On 30th August 2023, members of the Gabonese armed forces have seized the power, shutting down government offices and removing the president from the office. The coup attempt in Gabon is the latest military takeover in Africa, which have become more frequent during the past couple of years. But where is Gabon? What has happened in the African nation in the past? And how events might unfold in the coming days? Hi, my name is Ali Reza and I'm your host today for the first episode of Orient Report. Gabon has become the latest Francophone African nation to witness a military takeover following Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger. Gabon is located along the western coast of Africa, neighboring Republic of Congo, Cameroon as well as Equatorial Guinea. The country is often regarded as a hidden gem within the continent because of its natural resources. Gabon is home to a population of 2.3 million people, most of which live in urban centers. Libreville is the capital city, which is home to 1/3 of the total population. Majority of the Gabonese are Christian with about 10% of Muslim population. The Fang language is spoken widely by the largest ethnic group in the country with the same name. However, French remains the official language inherited from its colonial past. Gabon has a diverse landscape with lush rainforests, savannas, and coastal plains. This tropical rainforest, which covers approximately 85% of the country's land area, is part of the Congo Basin, which is the world's second largest rainforest area. Gabon is reportedly one of the continent's largest producer of tropical wood. Additionally, the country has about 800 kilometers of Atlantic coastline, which makes it a great potential for sea trade. The country is also rich in minerals and oil. In 2022, Gabon was the second largest manganese producer in the world. Yet there is also a huge deposit of uranium, iron, gold, and diamond in the country. However, the most important export of Gabon is oil. In 2021, Gabon exported more than $3.6 billion worth of crude petroleum. According to the World Bank, about 36% of the total GDP and more than 70% of the total exports of the country were linked to the oil industry. Similar to many of the West and Central African nations, history of Gabon is entangled with colonialism. Early European powers such as the Portuguese have built trade routes in the region, mostly used for slave trades. From 19th century onwards, the French gradually gained more influence and asserted their control over West and Central Africa, including parts of Gabon. By the end of the 19th century, Gabon became a part of French Equatorial Africa, and the French government exploited its natural resources, including timber. Moreover, missionary efforts also played a role in introducing Christianity and Western education system in the country. During the Second World War, Gabon came under the control of the Vichy government in France, which was collaborating with Nazi Germany. After the Free French forces gained control, Gabon aligned with the Free French movement. In 1946, Gabon became an overseas territory of France, and the late 1950s marked the beginning of the movement towards independence across many African colonies, including Gabon. In Gabon, political parties advocating for increasing autonomy and eventually independence emerged. Gabon's first president, Léon Mba, negotiated with France for increasing self-governance while maintaining ties with the French community. Finally, on August 17, 1960, Gabon officially gained its independence from France. Léon Mba became the first president of the newly independent nation. Gabon pursued a policy of non-alignment during the Cold War, maintaining relations with both Western and Eastern Bloc countries. After the death of Léon Mba in December 1967, the dynastic rule of the Bongo family began. Omar Bongo, who served as the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Vice President under Mba, became the president. From 1967 until his death in June 2009, Omar Bongo ruled Gabon for more than 4 decades. Under his authoritarian rule, unlike many other African African nations, Gabon was a relatively stable country. Of course, the stability came with a price since reportedly political freedom was limited and the government was accused of corruption on multiple occasions. After Omar's death, his son Ali Bongo won a controversial election in 2009 and replaced him. Prior to his presidency, Ali Bongo was the Minister of Defense for 10 years in his father's cabinet. The latest presidential elections were held in late August 2023, in which Ali Bongo claimed victory over his opponent Albert Ondo Osa with more than 64% of the total vote. Bongo's opponent accused him of changing the constitution to facilitate his re-election for the third consecutive term with a relative majority. Gabon has seen two other coups in 1964 and 2019. The 1964 coup was executed by a group of officers led by a gentleman named Obame to overthrow the government of President Leon Emba. Obame, a former close ally of Emba, accused the president of mismanaging the country and suppressing political opposition. Eventually, with the backing of France, Emba was reinstated as the president within few days. In 2019 as well, when President Ali Bongo was abroad for a medical treatment, a group of soldiers briefly took control of the national radio station in Libreville, asking for a popular uprising. However, security forces regained control of the radio station within few hours. Although it is too early to call for any success of the coup, it seems likely that those who staged the coup had similar inspirations to the military takeovers elsewhere in West Africa. The most important shared value, it seems, is an anti-colonial, anti-French sentiment. With the presence of French troops in Gabon as well as some American military presence, it would be interesting to watch closely how they would respond to this development. It would not also be surprising if in coming days we see Russian flags in the streets of Libreville. We might also see some sanctions imposed by other West African countries. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe for the upcoming episodes.